Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Theresa, but you can call me Cat. I feel like that's not quite in focus all the way. I guess that's about as good as it's gonna get. This is a astrological tarot reading for Aries for February. I'm using my yin-yang relationship check-in spread. There's paint or something on here. When I was painting, it's hot, maybe it's hot glue and yellow foam. That's what I had on here recently. Where am I? What am I doing? Oh yeah, the yin-yang relationship check-in reading. So these cards are from the deck, and then the bottom of the deck is in the opposite section. And then 3 cards from this deck are over here, and then the bottom of the deck in this section. So I'm going to get this card here. I thought that was the Fool again, but it's just the World. Okay, so the World. The Wild. This is the Legacy of the Divine Tarot. I have, like, my throat is effed up all of a sudden. Alright, I thought I was going to have a cough drop, but all I have is wrappers. And a couple of Icebreakers mints. Let's see if that helps. I don't think it's the throat chakra related to Aries because I just ate some chocolate and it's hitting whatever's in my throat. Okay. Oh, okay, so I'm getting the bottom card there. So these two came out inverted, so I flipped them around so I know that they're supposed to be flipped over when I start. And this is the Lover's Oracle. Older versions of this deck, I guess, have little scrolls on them, but mine are just red. Okay. So I'm using the charms to get a little overview about what the reading should be about. It came out fast. Oh man, I got one on the floor. Okay. Let me get the one that fell on the floor, if I can find it. Oh, this is a very interrupted reading already. And I don't even know where that went. Where did it go? I don't even know if I can find that. Where the hell? I've got a bunch of stuff. Oh, what's that? No, that's not it. Is that? No. Apparently there's a charm that's gone missing that I'm not supposed to find until later. I definitely thought I heard one, or felt one fall on the floor. In the meantime, this reading is turning into a hot mess. I don't know where the hell that went. I need to be careful next time I vacuum. I'm going to find it in a really weird place. Okay. Where am I? Okay. Alright, so this came out in Pisces reading. That's the narwhal. And I have the mushroom here. So while I was up looking for the phantom missing charm that I seem to have dropped but disappeared. I got the actual mushroom. Mushroom, mushroom. Snake. A little bit of badger. I guess I'm supposed to take honey badger out too. Do I have it? I wonder if I have a... Oh, I do have a snake. Oh, I gotta get these. Hold on. I've suddenly become very ADD in this reading. There's a snake. Where's honey badger? Should be easier to find because he's one of the bigger charms. If he's the one I dropped, I'm going to be very upset, although I think that was a smaller one. Okay, there's the honey badger. Absolute nonsense. Okay. So I have the mushroom and the honey badger and the paper mushroom and the snake. The energy that I'm getting with these is animal conservation. Also upright, I have the eyeball. This could be the third eye, and I feel like with the narwhal I'm talking about, especially because of the sonar and the sword right there, it's this idea of the third eye and piercing the vision. Inverted charms. I have the books here, so I have history and geometry and a composition book. And the alcohol, 20 proof. There's no proof that something in the past, about something in the past. This is my giving hand charm. It's very much the Six of Pentacles energy. So these like raggedy gloves that are smaller, getting a coin from a bigger glove that's all fancy like. And then also inverted, this is the club. I just heard stop clubbing baby seals. It's also animal conservation, but this is one of my Ace of Wands charms, inverted. There's no proof that something that's been like textbook established, there's no proof. I just heard blood's thicker than water. It's not conflict, it's intense, vehement core values about giving. In reverse. And then also historical proof, like evidence of something, and then related but somewhat separately, like intense core values about giving. And then we have this idea of the badger. And what I'm getting with this magic mushroom here, is it Amanita muscaria, is that right? There's a general sense, oh, I know what, here we go. Is this going to show up on here? Is there, I mean, I have to put more light through this, hold on. Try to put more light through it. Okay. Alright, hold on to your retinas. It looks like an eyeball. Like an eyeball. Here we go. Alright, so the magic mushroom inside the earth, but also the third eye. Speaking of retinas, the third eye. So there's a secondary aspect of conservation of a balance between like an ecosystem. Thank you, an ecosystem. Now mushrooms are part of the ecosystem because they're fungal in nature and they help dissolve things and bring the nutrients back into the earth and all that. But there's the current, and then this idea of sort of steadfastly achieving your goals despite all odds. That's the energy with the honey badger. But there's also the Weeble song, the Baja 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 Baja, and then the Brian May version with the Save the Baja Baja, with the trying to genocide all the badgers in England because of some fucking cow thing or whatever. There's no proof that that's going to achieve any goal where it's like where it will be proven as a benefit to the people that they're claiming they're doing it for. And that's somewhat a specific example, but the reason the example's coming through is because that's what I'm supposed to be talking about. There's no proof that what you're doing is going to benefit anybody else. And yeah, it's been done in the past because people didn't have any kind of higher vision in mind. They weren't seeing the bigger perspective. They weren't seeing a universal perspective. They're narrowly looking at the issue. Okay, so I'm starting on this side. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Okay, look at this, the eyeball, the third eye. And here we have this balance here. The masculine and feminine triangles coming together. I got a headache from putting the LED on and looking at it. It's like scum or something on here. What is that? There's either something really gross on here or there's a hole in the surface of the card. Gross, okay. There's like greasy fingerprints on here. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Okay, so here's this narwhal, right? Ocean dwelling. So the aspect of the narwhal is swords energy, psychic sonar energy, but also in the water, this cup's energy. So it could be emotional, it could be love involved, but it could also be psychic, right? Because the cup's energy is psychic waters, right? Resonant patterns, but it's also like emotional. Okay. So we have the Eight of Wands inverted. And I just heard there's something you're not telling me. There's a Sigmund Freud owl plushie that my parents have that they got in the 70s when they were first married. And he's got, I think they added the glasses. I don't know if he came with glasses or not. But he had a pull ring, and he doesn't talk anymore. I think he's still in the closet, but the rubber bands in the little mechanism break down over time, and then they don't work anymore. But you pull his pull ring, one of his 5 phrases was, "Is there something you're not telling me? Why do you hate your mother? That'll be $100. Lie down on the couch." And the Eight of Wands energy is Mercury in Sagittarius, but it's coming in inverted. Now, Mercury is going to be retrograde at the beginning of February. Right? Mercury goes retrograde in Aquarius on the 30th of January. This 8 number. Number 8. Which could be like a low vibration of strength, but it could also be infinity, and sometimes in certain decks, 8 is justice. So it could also be like failed justice, where it's just kind of really limp. Again, with this, there's no proof that this is going to work, so like, why is this the right thing to do? Six of Swords, sailing away from the bullshit. Mercury in Aquarius. Come on. Come on. Seriously. And the Ace of Swords. Alright, so here's the Narwhal. Oh my god, that's another Weeble song! They did the Mushroom song and the Narwhal song. Narwhal, narwhal, swimming in the ocean. In the ocean. Just don't let him touch your balls. The inventor of the shish kebab. Okay. Alright, so we have the world here as this crossover. Now, I see the world and the ocean as being essentially the same thing. This is 21. The energy here is Saturnian. Saturn is in Aquarius. With Mercury in February. Interesting. Libra and Gemini and Aquarius. Interesting, there's no Gemini energy here distinctly. Infinity, and then he's standing on an hourglass. So there's no Gemini energy, but I was looking at this twins over here before. It looks like the letter U. It looks like the Unilever logo. Alright, so we have upright, we have friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. That does look like the same guy, though. Here, a little mustache here. This is like the next morning. I just heard Let Your Love Flow. That's a song from the 70s. I don't remember who sings it. It's like 10cc or one of those other weird groups. Friendship. It's like, I'm going to make friends with the animals and learn their ways. But we'll see. Let me see what this is. So this came in inverted. Oh, there's the snake. Snake. Power. You instinctively know what is right for you and you have the power to say no or walk away at any time. And that came in inverted. Notice how a lower vibration of strength, which would also be power. Rapid movement or communication, also inverted. Secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Again, deep ocean. Deep as the ocean. Heart center inverted. Usually when I see these cards inverted, it tells me delay or confusion. What's going on with Aries? This is kind of a weird combination of cards for this, but this is what These are the decks that called to me for Aries. Six of Swords, Mercury in Aquarius. Aquarius is water, resonance, the world, Saturn. What is the world? I'm traveling. Ooh, I'm moving. I'm moving the goalpost. Okay, this is the goalpost. The goalpost. Oh, Mars is in Taurus in January on the 14th when Uranus goes direct. Uranus is ruling Aquarius, which is where this Aquarian energy is coming in. And I had said in some other readings that Uranus going direct is a repeater lesson for Mars for when Mars was retrograde in Aries and then went direct. And what we're seeing is that the aftermath of that direct while Mars is right in Taurus with Uranus is intense swords energy. Like my thoughts are clearing. I'm moving away from trying to do a quick fix without thinking about the consequences. I'm moving the goalpost and I'm crossing the world ocean to do it. And it could be metaphorical or it could be reality. That's like there's no spark or energy for some kind of romantic interlude because there hasn't been a natural flow of energy to start with. Right? Someone hasn't been using their third eye. And because of the way the energy is working, it just happens to be the masculine who's going through the transformation. You know, it's not to say feminine energies haven't had to do stuff because Venus went through a retrograde earlier, but there's a paradigm shift happening with masculine energy. But notice that it's happening in Taurus, which is where the feminine energy sits. That's where the Empress is. She rules Taurus and she rules Libra. And that's why we see there's basically no Gemini energy, but the masculine and the feminine together are the twins. And the friendship is what's starting out. It's like there's this weird movie that had like Minnie Driver and Chris O'Donnell in it, where they were like in a Catholic school and they were being all like dumb with each other and whatever, and then he cheated on her and then they got back together and she's like, well, I'm gonna like I'll have to get to know you as you are now and you'll have to get to know me as I am now. And that's what this friendship card reminds me of. And I feel like the secret admirer and the power is slightly delayed because there's a slowdown in communication, and I think this is because of Mercury retrograde. Right? So on top of everything else, just when Mars energy wants to get in, the Mercurial energy, and Mercury has been acting like Mars energy. They've been somewhat interchangeable, and I think it's because Mercurial energy is sort of a youthful, masculine energy. The Fool. Even though the Fool card is Uranus energy, that youth energy is actually what you would expect of the Fool. So it's sort of like Aries Mars energy wants to, you know, fly on the magic carpet singing a whole new world, but there's this sort of thwarting. There's like a little bit of a slowdown. There's another speed bump with Mercury retrograde. But it's coming in Sagittarian energy, so it's like it's coming with a Cupid arrow, but the Cupid arrow is in slow motion, which is really weird for February. And I just heard slow and steady wins the race. So it's not razzle dazzle, and it's not necessarily I'm going to wear you down. It's kind of like, why can't we be friends? Because that will build the foundation. 4 of Wands that the 8 can then sit on. So there's a time shift here. And I think I mentioned that at the beginning of the reading, there's an hourglass here. There's a time shift, and it's causing, it's like a red shift. There's like a relativity thing where the Mercury retrograde is going to sort of do this like slow motion running action sequence. But it's also like saying, it's also I'm not, see, I didn't want to look at what's going on in February with all the little astrological things, because there's something going on that I don't know what it is yet. Now, there was extreme eclipse energy happening for Pisces, but I'm not seeing that here. Because I'm thinking, oh, people don't want to wait the whole, like another whole fucking Mercury retrograde, because there's stuff going on here that's in the past. There's a history book here, even though it was flipped over. Like, I'm not repeating history. Mercury retrograde can be delays, but it can also be picking something back up. So depending on when whoever Aries is watching this or cross-watching this, depending on when you hit the time dilation, will determine how fast the power and the secret admirer turn around. It's like, until you instinctively know what's right, you won't be able to come in with the message. Whether you're the secret admirer or you're waiting for someone to not so secretly be admiring you, there's an energy of I just heard Venus coming out of Capricorn, but I don't know when that's happening. Let me look at this. Venus was in Sagittarius. Like a month. I think sometime in February, Venus will probably move out of Capricorn into Aquarius. I'd have to double check, but when that happens, That might be the time dilation. And if not, then Mercury going direct will be like a second bus coming around to pick up that energy. I want to look that up, but I don't want to look it up. I want it to be sort of vague. Because this whole series of readings is based on not having a full chart of what's going on in February. And I think the reason is because the timelines are shifting and nothing is stable. So depending on when people are hitting these energies, it could be separate of what we're seeing day to day in the sky. But it could, when Venus goes from Capricorn into Aquarius, the time dilation occurs and the strength and the secret admirer come in and the communication opens up. And then if not, when Mercury comes out of retrograde, which might be, I don't know if that's in the end of February or if it's going to be in March. So there's a couple of trains coming by, or it's just whenever you harness the energy, which could be any point in February or in like a year. Doesn't really matter. So that's what the energy is. If you want to get a personal reading, the list of readings and how much they cost is in the description box below this video. Down below, in a little box under the screen. Or you can email me, thecatcamebackatcamp@gmail.com. I have coloring books and a poetry book over there on Amazon. I have actual art items on Etsy. I have merch on Cafe Press. I have prints on DeviantArt. I have social media stuff. If you want to donate and help keep my channel running, you can go PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. That would be really swell in these tough economic times. And I think that's it. Everything's in the link tree. If you go through the link tree, you'll get the coupon code for Etsy pop in at the top. So that's linktr.ee/CATtheMinion. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Check out my playlists tab, my discussion tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.